yeah. 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 Lord. Oh Lord. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
stuff because, like I was saying in the chat, OBS had an update when I cut on my computer today, and yeah, OBS had a update today when I cut on my on the computer, and I don't know what it was. I probably should have read it before, but it seems like it fucked up some sort of connection with OBS and YouTube so far that I see. I haven't tested out Twitch. So I'm able to stream, and you can see the visuals, and I'm guessing you can hear my voice because I did a test. I could hear the remix song that was playing, but you can't see the chat on the side. So I made a duplicate of all things, which is a layout I was using, and I just basically edit this duplicate so it'll be full screen because I still like it. And we're gonna use this for today because I don't want to fuck up the other shit that we got. So I'll be doing a test, and the only feedback I'll be able to see is when I go to the app of YouTube. So I'm gonna make sure I have that pulled up right now, and I want to thank you guys for being with me today. So everything I'm gonna be reading, we'll be reading off of the YouTube chat. I am not sure if the super chats come through, but I will test some stuff out. Okay. Okay, they said the stream is experiencing issues. I just saw my connection go from green to red, and now it's back to yellow. Now it's back to green. Okay, well, I don't know. It's probably Destruction All-Stars because, oh my goodness, that is a demanding game. So I can understand why that's 1440p by 60 frames. It's a lot of fucking shit going on in there. Yeah, that one always makes the connection dip. What's going on, Akira?
Hey, yo. What's up?
Hold on one second. Okay. I noticed that my mic is low, and I don't know why. But I have everything turned up for the mic. Okay. So, let's do a test. I was able to hear myself, so that's cool. Let's do a test, and that will be for turn the Elgato on and turn PlayStation Studios off. Okay, I'm guessing if I could see it, you guys could see it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's something wrong with
Jay.
Yeah.
1 second. Truth teller, you're a clown. I'm not. I'm done talking to you, man. If you don't like buying games, it's your thing. You don't question how I spend my money.
What's going on? I was in the shower, so I couldn't.
Truth teller in the comments is questioning me buying games, spending $80 for a game. Well, fuck yeah, I would do that.
I mean, if you have ever paid for a collector's edition or a digital deluxe, you spent roughly that amount of money anyway. So I mean,
Truth teller is a clown. Please don't listen to that. I mean, I'm done giving him attention.
Okay. So Elgato, I'm guessing all of this comes through. Let's see. Display. I didn't angle that one right, so let's angle this one right. Okay. So display comes through. Elgato comes through. Cam cover comes through. This one's coming through.
Keep going through. Phil might send you an Xbox. You never know, but you might get it. You just might get it. Yeah, he's in the chat. Okay. Keep sucking Phil's dick. You might get that Xbox. Just keep going.
So all of this is coming through, and I'm gonna need you to keep talking. Because I want to go do a test to make sure all this is.
What? You hear it or? Keep going through. Phil might send you an Xbox. You never know.
Okay, so your voice is coming through. So
Okay.
the test is everything's coming through except for the chat or the information that would be on the side. I mean, that's what I saw this morning when we started up 2 different times. This is the second time we started up. I'm not backing out of this one. We're just going to keep it as is and read off of YouTube. It's not the way I prefer, but yeah, it is the way we're going to do it today. What is this? This would, we got the old school stuff. Let's see, black frame. See, that's what I'm talking about. So, if we go to black frame, normally the chat is on the left side underneath my camera, and then we could see the number of viewers, and you guys could also see it, but for whatever reason, when OBS updated today, that information is not passing through from YouTube to OBS. And this is my problem with YouTube. When YouTube updates, they don't necessarily let other services know that uses YouTube that they have updated. Let's say like the PlayStation Network or OBS, and they'll just update and then shit'll go wrong and shit'll start fucking up. We've had this problem before on the PlayStation Network. I think YouTube needs to be more responsible because so many people use it, that they will let other people know when they're going, they're going to update stuff, so it doesn't have a disconnect like this. This is a huge disconnect. So the disconnect is they don't really want to keep track of how many of you guys are viewing, and they don't even want to put the stuff in the left as far as the chat. So your chats are going to be read. It's just not going to be read on screen today. So we're going to go to all things 2, which is substitute for full screen. We're going to be using this today. But Akira can be heard, I can be heard, I can be seen, the Elgato can be seen, all of that shit can be seen. We will do some additional stuff with, actually I want to use this, so what we're going to do, we're going to find a way to put something there, and when we put something there, it will stay there as representative of where the chat is until the chat gets fixed. And that I don't know how to fix it because this is not my fucking application and I don't know any of this shit. So let's hope that tomorrow is better with the chat section and keeping track. But in the meantime, let me go put logo. So this logo is going to just be where the chat is, because again, I do want to use this. I still want to use this because it's a pretty cool setup, and I wasted a lot of fucking time making it, so I'm not going to fucking abandon all these setups I've made. Let's see. There's a pretty big section right there. So we got Game Pass, which is a turd. That's a logo I made, and I'm thinking about putting that on a shirt also. And then we have Xbot. I don't know if I want to use that one, but I guess we can use this one because it's funny. Oh yeah, that's the big one. Quality on my logos are fucking phenomenal, by the way. Like these logos I've been making. Amazing quality, not blurry at all. If you want the full quality when I send you a logo on Twitter, please just ask me. All I need is your email so I can send you the best quality of the logo, and also a PNG file. So I do believe I have everybody's logo saved. So let me make this one right here. There we go, perfect. So the chat's not working.
That looks good.
Yeah, I know the chat's not working, and we can't see the viewer base.
Hey,
so this is how it's gonna be for today.
You saw NBA, right?
Oh yeah, the basketball update
Dude,
for next gen.
the first time I saw that, like I was just scrolling on Twitter, I really thought it was real. Like the first time I looked at
really
it,
good.
I thought it was real, and then I watched it the second time, looked twice, and I realized it was the game because the caption of the person who posted it was just NBA. He didn't really post anything else, so I thought I was watching a real footage or something.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking.
That was pretty dope. Yeah, that was dope.
Okay, guys, we're gonna talk about some overheating, and we're gonna talk about a story I covered last gen. It's a pretty fucking sad story. I've actually covered it 2 times last generation, and I think I might have covered it once this gen. Again, I've been around for a long time before a lot of you guys were comfortable talking about PlayStation or representing PlayStation publicly. I've been out here doing what I do for over 10 years. And that was a story that came out in 2007. By the time that I caught it, it was after 2007 when I had covered it, probably 2009. But not a lot of people found it interesting. It is a very interesting story because it was all about the Xbox 360 being rushed out. And we knew it was a rushed out system because it was having the red ring of death. The red ring of death was not just, hey, the system is weak, it's going to power off permanently. No, the system was overheating internally. No one wants to really talk about what caused the red ring of death. We only talk about, hey, it's the red ring of death, your system is dead. But what I want to share with you guys here today, and we're going to go to all things. Where are we going? All things 2? Okay. We're going over here to all things 2. And we're going to do this real quick. So, zoom. In 2007,
nah, he ain't buying Cyberpunk because it's not on Game Pass. Yeah, let Truth cry. Let that dude cry.
Okay, hold on, Akira. Let's read this. This is pretty important. So, in 2007, there was a suit, the ongoing suit going on between Microsoft and the parents of this baby. The baby had died in a house fire because the Xbox 360 had caused a fire. It was running so hot that, it fucked up the outlet and it started sparking and the house caught on fire and it killed the baby. Again, you probably might have missed this because a lot of you guys did not participate in the console war with me last gen. So if you didn't, you would have probably missed this. Not taking shots at anybody, but I did the thing that a lot of people didn't want to do. I covered the news. I made things happen. I made sure people saw games that they never would have saw. And I continue to do it to this day. This was one of the things that should have been big news. But if we are going to compare this to what's going on with the reports of the Xbox Series X being quiet but running very hot, that is not a good thing. When a system runs so hot that you're talking about it. And also, it's running hot, and in the NDA, you're not actually supposed to mention it. But people are mentioning it because it is very important. It must be running so hot that you mention it. If it was like a little bit warm, let's say like the PS5, then you probably wouldn't mention it much. But the way that it's running, this is so important. So let's read a little bit of this. Lawsuit claims Microsoft Xbox sparked fire that killed baby. Okay? I covered this 2 times. I think it was 3 times. I might have covered it this generation on this console. Well, sorry, on this channel between 2011 and 2020, which is now. And then I know I covered it 2 times on the Pyro 2000X channel that I had before it got terminated. But again, I mean, it never got traction. Nobody wanted to touch this. And spread it around Twitter today, and it seemed like a lot of you guys just didn't want to touch it. This is history, and it's very important. Again, I understand a lot of people did not participate in the console war last gen. That's cool. But it's not something you should ignore. Everything that happened last gen molded this generation. Okay? History is so fucking important. So, here we go. The family of an Illinois infant that died in a house fire has filed a lawsuit claiming that the Xbox video game system manufactured by Microsoft and sold by Walmart stores overheated and sparked the killer blaze. Are you hearing that? Xbox video game system manufactured by Microsoft and sold by Walmart stores overheated and sparked the killer blaze. Key word here. Overheated. This is the 2007. So this is what I want everybody to understand. This is not the first time an Xbox system has came out and was very hot. We don't know if the Xbox Series X... What?
This was real?
I'm going to send you the link. Again, you're asking a very important question. This is very real. And the reason why you probably don't know it is because the Xbox 360 fans last gen swept a lot of things under the rug. They did not want to talk about mod support we had for Unreal Tournament 3. They didn't want to talk about this. They didn't want to talk about the PS3 having video chat before Microsoft acquired Skype. There were a lot of things PS3 did before Xbox did it. And there's a lot of things PS3 did that was good and Xbox didn't do. This was one of the things that people tried to hide. If you need the link, I will be posting it right now in the Sunday Show server, and then I will also post this link again in the public PlayStation Legion server. I already have it pinned on my Twitter page if you wanted to click it.
Jesus.
But this is very real. This is an event that actually happened. But you might not know about it because, of course, a lot of the Xbox fans that are repping Xbox, they didn't participate in the console war last gen. I mean, a person like me, I would have ate these motherfuckers alive. I deal in facts. I deal in the area that other people don't want to deal in. And this might be something you don't want to deal with, but it is important that you get information out. It might seem boring to you, but you have to get this shit out. So let's continue. According to the suit, the wiring... Hold on, Akira. The wiring that connected the Xbox 360 to the electrical outlet became so hot that it started a catastrophic fire at a house in Warsaw 3. The victim, an infant named Wade Klein, perished in the inferno. Okay, and this is a quote. The fire was a direct and proximate result of the overheating of the game's power supply and wiring. Claimed the lawsuit, which was filed in state circuit court in Illinois. Microsoft, Walmart, and the unnamed power supplier maker are named as defendants. On Wednesday, Walmart filed a procedural motion to move the case from state court to United States District Court in Illinois. The suit was originally filed in December 2006. So, you know, this information comes out in 2007. I probably find out about it in 2009. This event happened in 2006. But you have to remember one thing. The Xbox 360 came out in 2005. When the Xbox 360 came out in 2005, I was in 12th grade. And it brings a lot of memories back, but I was in interior decorating class in 12th grade in Largo High School. And you can look it up. It's a real school. And, you know, I had my PSP then. And I will never forget, one of my close friends at that time in the school, he had talked to some other friends at another table about his Xbox 360 having a blackout in the house. It blew out all the power. And what he said next, I didn't really understand at that time because, I was a handheld gamer at that time. Not just with the PSP. I was also a handheld gamer before that with the DS. Because I was in school, and school was important, so I would game on the go. Long story short, he had said that when the power finally came back on, the screen was blank and the system wouldn't turn on. Now, he never said that there was red rings. He never said that. But years later, getting into the console war with my brother in 2007, we had noticed that event that I was told about by a classmate, it didn't always happen, but it might have been attributed to the system itself, because the red ring of death is caused by overheating of the Xbox 360. And the reason why it was overheating is because they rushed the creation of the system. They wanted to be the first one to market, and they were successful in doing that. They came out a whole year ahead of the PS3, a whole year ahead of the Wii. They were the only next generation console on the market at that time. And that was their main goal, to destroy PlayStation, to be the winner of that generation. And they won the majority of the years of last gen, but the end result, PlayStation continued to fight harder and harder every year that went by, fixing issues, changing things, modifying, listening to gamers. And at the end of the generation, the PS3 had beat the Xbox 360. This is a system that launched at $600 a year after the competition, which was cheaper. And they still came out on top at the end. And that momentum carried into this generation with the PS4, where it just completely dominated the Xbox One. And it seems like Xbox wanted to repeat what happened with the Xbox 360, but they were unsuccessful because PlayStation was still ahead of them. As we already know, the dev kits were in the houses and in the studios of these game developers years before Xbox was able to get the Xbox One dev kit in these guys' hands. That means that they were late. If they were late, they're playing catch up. If they're playing catch up, they're rushing. If they're rushing, well, it will make sense that their system is overheating, especially when it seems like you have too much power, unneeded power. Now, look, they want to do 12 teraflops. I'm not going to, you can do whatever you want to do, but still make sure your system is safe for the consumer to bring home and not endanger them or the lives of their families. I cannot honestly say that they will not repeat the same issue by buying cheap parts and not adding parts that they need to make things, safer for you and your family. They did it one time before last gen, and it seems like they're going to do it again. The Xbox 360 was a horrible made system. It was so cheap. It was really, really cheap. They cheaped out on a lot of parts in order to make the system affordable, and then they rushed it so they could be out a whole year ahead. Xbox Series X can't do that, but they could make the time, right? So most of their games are 2 years out. That means their system is supposed to be out 2 years from now, but they rushed it so they could meet up with PlayStation. And not only that, they rushed it to be 2 days ahead of PlayStation. Again, we don't know what all this means. All we know is the people that have an Xbox Series X right now for review purposes and preview purposes, they're talking about it running hot. The last time that system or any system from Xbox ran. How was the Xbox 360? It killed a baby, and it had a lot of other problems. If you look around, you will find many incidents that Microsoft tried to sweep under the rug by paying them off. So, from what I'm hearing,
Sorry. Now, what I want to say is, I mean, the main point here is that they're supposed to be allowed to give this impression or whatever they discover so that they can fix it. Because we can't let this happen again. No. I would rather that they say it. That there's really problems instead of sweeping it under the rug. Then you risk of getting into something like this again. It's better to give the criticism so that they can fix it. Because if they don't know what to fix, they cannot fix anything.
Exactly.
So I'd rather that they know. And I'd rather
but
that they
the thing
say.
is, the system is 5 weeks away. Most of their consoles have already been in production, and they're ready to be packaged and shipped out to these retailers probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks. If what I believe is going to happen, they're not going to fix this shit. And whoever gets the first wave of these Xbox Series X, they might have a little bit of problems. On the upside, if you keep this system ventilated, if you have a nice cool room, if you maybe have an additional fan, you're good. But we've talked about this before. I want to let me see what we got to do. I want to go to all things. I mean, not all things. Black frame. We're gonna go to black frame here again. Remember, the way the setup is today is because we don't know what's going on with OBS, and they're not gonna tell us how many people are viewing, and they're not gonna let us see the chat on screen. So I apologize for that. It's out of my control. All I know is I turned on the laptop, and OBS had an update, and the update resulted in a disconnect between YouTube. The only thing we have between YouTube, and I'm downloading Detroit Become Human again so I could do a little test for you guys. The only thing we got is our voices, my face, the gameplay, and showing off some information. Everything else, like the chat and how many people are watching, I can't see that from this screen, so I'm about to go to YouTube with you guys. I want to appreciate however many people it is. I'm about to go read it off now because I can't see.
Yeah, you got 50 people watching.
We got 50 people watching. That's great.
Yeah, 51.
So
thanks, guys.
Hold on 1 second. I was wondering why it was an echo. I didn't have my headsets on, so I can hear you better, and you won't have an echo from my mic. Cool. Okay, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm right here.
That's much better. Okay, so again, guys, I participated in the console war last gen. I shitted on a lot of Xbox fans then. I'm shitting on a lot of Xbox fans now if they want to, go up against me, I guess. But it is what it is. We cannot deny the Red Ring of Death. If you want to believe last gen didn't happen specifically because the PS3 ended up beating the Xbox 360 in sales and popularity by the end of the gen, that's cool. But last gen did happen. You have to acknowledge that for the better part of the 7 years, the Xbox 360 was very successful, and it did dominate the PS3 in many ways. I cannot deny that that was the best generation Xbox has ever had, going up head-to-head with PlayStation. But yes, coming out at $600 a year after the competition, the PS3 still managed to kick the ass of Xbox during the last 3 to 4 years of an 8-year generation. So, it's pretty fucking crazy. I miss my PS3 too, man. I miss PlayStation Home, Warhawk, Resistance 2, Resistance 1 and 3. I miss them. PlayStation All-Stars, Starhawk,
Yeah, PlayStation
PS3 was the fucking best. Video chat? Remember, we had video chat before Microsoft acquired Skype, before Microsoft acquired the technology for Kinect and made their own camera. PlayStation 3 was ahead of its time with Blu-ray technology. It was just crazy, bro. We got a super chat from
Jay.
Rice Eater. $2 super chat. I appreciate that. There was zero R&D put in design for Xbox Series X. It's too late. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we're catching this, right? The public is catching this. A gamer like myself that is much smaller than the popular influencers that are getting their hands on the Xbox Series X early. However, some of them are going to give this information out because they're not completely Xbox fans, and others won't. If they're completely Xbox fans and they owe favors to Microsoft because Microsoft has given them free stuff in the past, they probably will not talk about this. I'm blocked by Jason Schreier ever since the Horizon Zero Dawn going to PC shit happened, which was in the beginning of this year. So I don't know if he's talking about this, but as much as he liked to call people out, he should probably try to call Xbox out on this, because this is pretty fucked up. Let's go change that. Okay, so this is the thing. The good thing is the super chats are working. So we'll see the super chats, but the chat and the viewers are not working. I do not know what the fuck that's all about, bro. So the super chat is working, but all the other stuff is not working?
Not working? Yeah, so it
fucking weird.
PlayStation 3, PlayStation Home was a good experiment, I gotta say.
Exactly.
Yeah. It seems like it was not fully realized yet. I hope they kind of like have
ahead of
more
its time.
ideas to bring it back. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. It was ahead of its time, man.
It was just, I think it was too early. It was
exactly,
ahead of its time.
Bro. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, we're about to head into YouTube real quick. I want to show you a match. Please watch it. It's very important. It's a match on PlayStation All Stars. I want to show you this. I believe I captured it in 720p 60, so it should look good. I know I went up against Rated D. I've went up against Somatic. I did some matches, on PlayStation All Stars in the prior years. I was pretty good at it. I would use Ratchet and Clank. My first two favorites was Kratos and Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. Then I moved over to Cole McGrath, and I also moved over to Cole McGrath and Evil Cole. And then one person I loved so much was Spike from Ape Escape. Spike from Ape Escape was a pretty damn good character. He was like a Star Fox mixed with Link because he had so many gadgets. But I wanted to show this video off, and then we're going to show off some other stuff. And this will probably take about 5 minutes of your time. So please stay tuned. We're about to go look at the history of the Red Ring of Death. It's very important that we learn from the past so mistakes will not be made right now. So, this was an older video. Old ass fucking video. We're gonna go into full screen because I'm pretty sure that shit still works. Great. Full screen works. Okay, so I'm gonna talk over this shit. The cool thing about PlayStation All Stars, you did have characters you knew from that generation. You had Cole McGrath. I had an evil and a good Cole I was going up against. I had Drake, and of course myself was Ratchet. And I was pretty fucking high, as you can see, bro. Like, I had a fucking green belt. I was the shit, bro. I wasn't gonna lie. I was playing this fucking game a lot, and I was a veteran in the game. I participated in every beta they had. I got the game day one. I platinumed it on the PS3. I went around and I platinumed the game again on the PS Vita. This was one of my favorite games. I wanted a game like this for PlayStation. It had huge potential, but it didn't see it, and a lot of other people didn't want to support it. I think if people would have supported it, we would have got a sequel this generation with some amazing characters. If you want to know why games don't get sequels, it's because people don't support it. And I'm not talking about it or talking positively about it. I'm talking about buying the game. When you buy a game, it shows that you care. That's what happens when you buy a fucking game. It shows that you care. If you don't care, you're not gonna buy the game. It's simple as that. But yeah, this was PlayStation All Stars. I was using Ratchet. We're in a closed-in environment, and I was just shitting on people. I was shooting them. I was using every type of fucking weapon. I would jump up and use the Shredder, which was a weapon that would stop somebody else's super, but a lot of people didn't know that shit. They have great characters, but they were so focused on other people that I was able to just shit on these guys. And I was over there doing my thing. If you're looking at it, I'm over there, and this is an online game. I was over there just, look at me, just shitting on everybody. This was an online game. This is me going up against other people online. We had a ton of multiplayer games. It's just fucking crazy. It was a dope ass game. So you had the Parappa the Rapper level that was mixed in with Killzone 3, I believe. Pretty dope, you know. You had the three-dimensional cars and shit, and the flat characters in the background. It was just like, if you're looking at this and you grew up playing on PlayStation, this was a game that you wanted to pick up. But there were not a lot of PlayStation veterans during last generation. There were a very mixed breed. There were people that came from Xbox. There were people that came from PC. There were people that, you know, had started with the PS2 but weren't there long enough to know these characters. But yeah, I mean, you could see me right there just shitting on Ratchet. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a big Ratchet and Clank fan until the PS3 generation with Tools of Destruction and Quest for Booty. Those were some of my favorite games. Sadly, Tools of Destruction never got trophies. Quest for Booty did, so I got some records of that. But yeah, I do want to say that I believe, if from what I've been hearing, we are going to be receiving more advertisements like this. It might be of a serious nature. That it might be of a more of a fun nature. But I think that we need to see more advertisements like this because PlayStation has a lot of characters to show off. And outside of third-party characters, they need to show off more of their first-party characters. I'm not saying we need a PlayStation All-Stars 2. What I am saying is that you have a lot of characters to talk about. And you should be doing that.
They got
this is a great
so many IPs.
I know, look at this. This is just really, really fucking good. Again, it was a big mix of third-party titles from third-party developers, but you did have a good amount of first-party characters, as you can see right here. You had Deacon from Days Gone on his motorcycle running alongside Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. And then you had some military soldiers, very generic, probably from Call of Duty or some other shooting game. And then right here, you had a very, very good shot. You had the Rathos from Monster Hunter. You had one of the trolls from God of War in the back. You had Kratos and Atreus running towards you. You had Nathan Drake, which I did not see during the whole commercial. But Nathan Drake is there on his motorcycle. And then you got Crash Bandicoot on his go-kart right beside
Ellie.
Nathan Drake. Where's Ellie?
Ellie is by the car right there.
Oh my fucking god. Ellie is right there by the car, and that's the new Ellie too. Oh, that's fucking dope. You had Cloud right there jumping over a car. You had Aloy on the right hand side. Again, this is the type of advertisements I like. Xbox couldn't do any of this because again, their shit's not well known. You know, even if they could do anything, they don't really care. Everything is Game Pass now. They don't care about advertising individual games. They care about advertising a service.
I mean, they got Doomslayer now, and Master Chief would look great in a commercial. Those two. But yeah, I mean, if they want, they can. But yeah, I kind of like not expect it from them.
I mean, there's a lot of characters here, and it's really awesome. I mean, only PlayStation can make such epic advertisements that really make you feel part of something. Never
Monster Hunter right there, right?
Yeah, you got Monster Hunter. It's
Call of Duty looks like it, yeah.
Really, really cool, man.
Ronaldinho from FIFA, he was in the commercial. I saw him. He's like a soccer legend from Brazil, Ronaldinho.
Yup. We're gonna go see if anybody covered it. Again, I know a lot of people did not cover it, but I know I covered it 2 times last gen.
Remember how bizarre PlayStation ads were? You know, the old ones.
Yeah.
They were a bit bizarre, but I don't know. It was unique, and it was okay. What's this? Burger. Oh, yeah.
I don't think a lot of people covered this, so it's a little dark. I mean, it's a game system burning down a house and killing a fucking baby. It looked like somebody covered it right there. The greatest Xbox One S destruction ever. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, somebody ran into a house to kill, blah, blah, blah. I overheated my Xbox, so, yeah, there was one person that covered it. And we're going to go to 1 second. I'll be right back with you guys.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. So I did want to add something here. I think everybody is well aware of how much I keep my game system on. And I have not had any overheating problems. I had my PS4 original from the time that it came out, and I was on that shit daily until the Pro came out. Then I upgraded to the Pro, and I've had the Pro since it came out until now, and I've been on that shit daily. I have not had any like overheating problems where it would brick or die on me. I've never had any problems. The only problem I had last gen when I went from the PS3 Fat Boy 80 gig to the Slim PS3. The only problem I had with the Slim is that there was a disc that got stuck in it, and I had to send it in the PlayStation, and they wiped my hard drive. But other than that, that's the only problem I ever had with the PS3. And when I had the 80 gig Fat Boy, it never did anything. Like again, I'm a gamer. I was on that shit like almost every day. You know, sometimes I would sleep with that shit on because of folding PlayStation Home. If you don't know what folding home, folding PlayStation, something like that. It was like a map, a three-dimensional map of the globe, and you could go around the globe and see different news shit. This was, again, just some crazy shit PlayStation did. We'll go back and see what PlayStation did, but Xbox didn't. Here you go right here. This is Booger Boy Meister. This is 11 years ago. Xbox 360 burns down house. Yep. Sad.
Actually, there's a bunch of videos on here talking about 360 burning down your house, but that's how you find the video. Just type in Xbox 360 burns down your house, and you'll find a video somewhere on there. That's a news lady talking about 360 to burn this boy's house down.
So he said Xbox 360 burns down house. I think maybe I should type it a different way then. Because I believe, if I'm correct, I've kept track of the story for many years. I believe they took the story off of YouTube. And if I'm correct about that, that's fucked up on Microsoft's side. But maybe the channel has been taken down or something. There's only one person that has the video up. It's 13,000 views 11 years ago. It's an event that happened. But for whatever reason, it's kind of like Microsoft scrubbed the shit. I go see if I can find it. Xbox 360 burns down house. Okay. No. So, it's a real news article. There's a wow, I just found another one, bro. This one's pretty fucking. This is fucking sad, bro. This is it brings some tears to my eyes because it's like some gamers, when you guys deal with the console war, you guys don't really deal with everything related to it. So if your system of choice is fucking up, you won't let anybody know. I've had my system start over and I was live and I didn't shy away from it. You know, it happened a couple times where, you know, it gets stuck on the internet app or it gets stuck on another app and it just fucking starts over. Fucked up, bro. So it's coming from the register, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get this link and I'm gonna just post it on Twitter, and I got a good amount of followers now, so hopefully somebody realize what I'm trying to say. Don't shy away from this shit, okay? Don't let Xbox fan tell you it doesn't matter what happened last gen. Everything matters that happened last gen. Because Microsoft would easily follow those same steps if it meant that they would win the console war. That's what they care about. They want to win. Don't ever let Phil Spencer, Aaron Greenberg, Major Nelson, Xbox, or the Xbox fans ever let you think anything different. They want to be the winner of a generation. A whole generation, not half of one. So, I put up another story on Twitter, and you guys have fun with that. What I will be doing though, I will be entering the chat on my phone, and I will be posting the fucking link right there, so you guys have fun with that. They're not letting me post the whole shit. What's going on here? Hold on. Let me open it on Chrome and see what the fuck's going on. Come on, come on, come on. They're not letting me. Why are they not letting me post this shit? Okay. The link is so long they won't let me post it. But if I move it all the way like this, will it still result in the same exact link? Okay, I just posted a link, but will it work? It works. Okay, it works. Okay, go click that link. It'll take you to where you need to go.
I swear Sweet Teats needs the attention.
Who?
He's back. That guy, Sweet... what the fuck's his name again?
You don't care. Fuck that guy.
Sweet Tweet. There. Sweet Tweet. He said he's gonna go and then he's back. Like...
Well, take your ass somewhere, bro. We don't need you here. I want to go look at this app, and then I want to finish this part on Avengers that I got stuck on yesterday.
No.
Folding.
Avengers?
I don't think I have any folding homes, but I wish I did.
Did you not buy Crash yet? Crash?
Who, me? Oh, I'm not looking at. No, I'm good.
Not yet?
No, I'm good. I'm good. When they made the remaster or reimagining of Crash, I was really excited. But I already told people this is not the Crash. I didn't want him to look this way. Again, if you would have made him next gen, he wouldn't have had to look all cartoony like this again. So, whatever they're going to do in the future is all on them. I see that a lot of the gameplay style is very similar to the original, and I'm glad they kept that. But I'm not supporting this. No.
It's fair.
Let me see. Okay, so this is folding PlayStation. And this was exclusive to the PS3. You had a three-dimensional map that let you know the weather. It would let you know the news of different cities and states. It had great fucking music, by the way. You could zoom in and out of the globe. And it was so fucking ahead of its time. It was so fucking ahead of its time. I mean, I'm telling you, it was powered by Google, by the way, also. There were things on the PS3 that would make your Xbox 360 look like complete dog shit. Because it couldn't fucking do it. There was so much power in the PS3 that allowed it to do things like this. And once the internet got up and running, they had shit like this, bro. This was the shit. You could leave it on overnight, your PS3, with this application, and by you leaving it on overnight, the information would be collected, and it will help different universities find cures for different diseases and shit. So there was a lot to this application. And again, I just hope that PlayStation does good shit like this with the PS4. We know it's gonna be powerful. But a lot of people might have not knew about this. A lot of people might have not liked this or cared about it. So they just, some of the stuff got shut down. They never revisited any type of thing like this. The PS5 is going to be very interesting. PlayStation always has something up their sleeve when it comes to their interface that somebody else can't do. And it took fucking Xbox the whole generation to copy off of the PlayStation interface. It was crazy, bro. And don't even get me fucking started with PlayStation Home. Oh, look at this. This guy was covering it right here. Yeah, he was covering it. He was covering the footage of... This was so fucking ahead of its time. PS3 was truly ahead of its time. And this is what was happening when you were on there. You were finding different cures. The longer your PS3 was on in this application, you would find different cures for different diseases and shit. And it was just really, really interesting. Again, this was something that PlayStation did that Xbox didn't do. Obviously, you know about PlayStation Home, where it was a three-dimensional place, and you get to make your own character, and it had malls and different areas for gamers, and it was pretty damn dope. PlayStation Home had better graphics than some of the games that were coming out last gen. It was very dedicated. Very ahead of its time. Everything that PlayStation did was ahead of its time, and that's probably the one thing that hurts PlayStation, is that they're so ahead of their time that people look at them like they're crazy. But if they would have released shit like this now, bro, they would have been like, oh yeah, man, we got this, we got that. What's going on? What's happening? Look like I got an update. Blah, blah. We've added games to PlayStation Now this month, including Days Gone, Friday the 13th, and Medieval, which is good. See, I did not get to play Medieval, so that's a good little update right there. Let me go check that out.
I think Ghost, will have a PlayStation 5 update. I'm pretty sure of it.
Oh, Ghost, yeah, that's obvious.
I mean, just imagine, if they can really overhaul that even by a little bit, Ghost Tsushima, that world is going to be...
Would you look at that, though, people? Days Gone has added. Wow, look at that shit. It's the power of fucking dreams right here. God damn. So look at this. Look what we got on PlayStation Now, though, bro. We got Rocket League, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six The Siege, which I need to go download because, I did hear good things about it. We got Days Gone is now on PlayStation Now. There's no excuse. Fucking $10 a month. You can download this game, by the way. They already let me know that I have it downloaded. It's on here for 90 fucking days. If you have not played Days Gone and you want to play it for a cheap price, $10 a month included with all these other fucking games on here, which is probably roughly over 800 games. You can stream the game or you can download it. I already own the game. They're letting me know I own the game. I can start the game that I already own from PlayStation Now. So that's another cool thing. If you already own the game, they're not going to make you download the game again. You can start the game from PlayStation Now. For people that complain about, oh, I already own this game. That's cool. You can still pay for the service and get additional games that you don't own, that you would never play. Just like me, like Resident Evil or Friday the 13th, which I don't want to go back and revisit, but I now have access to do so why not? Tons of fucking games on this bitch, man. They got Medieval. See, this is a game I was like, nah, I don't want to pick up. Right? I wasn't a big Medieval fan. I did not play as the character a lot on PlayStation All-Stars. He was on there, and I did feel that they were going to bring him back. They brought him back like 7 years after PlayStation All-Stars, some shit like that. It's kind of fucking sad. But he's a cool character. Very cool character. But the game wasn't for me. I tried to play it on the PSP, I believe, when they had they brought Medieval back on there, but I just never really felt anything. I mean, the thing is, though, what they have done for this month is pretty fucking pretty clever. Okay, so let's look at what they did this month, right? What they have done with PlayStation Now this month is they brought Halloween style games. You got Days Gone that has the infected freakers, aka zombies, right? Then you got Friday the 13th, a classic Halloween movie, but they brought the video game. And then you got Medieval, which is very, Halloween-esque, with a skeleton running around and, with other fucking scary shit going on. So, we got 3 Halloween games. But, these are some other games that they added that were not talked about. This is Trine 4, The Nightmare Prince, Rad, and they also brought MX versus ATV All Out. I think Rad had just came out, if I'm not mistaken, so this game was added pretty fucking soon. Days Gone had came out, I believe, last year, so not that bad. Friday the 13th is very old. Medieval, I believe, came out last year as well. So they're adding some pretty damn good games here. The value of PlayStation Now is well beyond the $10 a month they're asking. And again, you do have the ability to download these games, so I don't want to hear any excuses from people like, oh, well, it's only streaming. Obviously, there's an option for both right here. And I take screenshots all the time so I can shit on Xbox fans to keep telling me the service that they have no idea about only allows you to stream. Because that's not true. Not anymore. I think they started allowing you to download games a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Really, really dope. Again, the price, $10 a month. I mean, you're getting games that you didn't even fucking know. I saw someone do something on Twitter, and I didn't know I could fucking do it. So I'm going to do it, but I don't know if it'll work for me. But I saw what he did, and I was like, bro, if he did it, can I do it? And I guess we just test it out because Xbox fans said if you don't have... Oh, it worked. Xbox fans have told me that if you have an Xbox, you know, you're getting all the Bethesda games exclusive. Well, all the games they're known for are still available on PlayStation. I mean, if you actually look at this list, this is every game Bethesda has made. And that they're known for. Almost every game. They're missing like about 4 games off of this fucking list. Right? But the majority of the games they're known for, that you love them for, it's on this fucking list. I find that pretty impressive. And this is PlayStation Now. So, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I think I should just post this fucking shit, because I post this shit on Twitter to just remind people what the fuck they talking about. I'm telling you, most of people that will try to tell PlayStation fans shit, they don't know nothing. Nothing, bro. Oh, bro. So what's going on here? People are talking in the chat. Oh shit. Crazy. Look at all those Bethesda games. Exactly, man. I mean, I was under the impression from all the Xbox fans that once the acquisition happened that we weren't going to have access to any Bethesda games. Only Game Pass would have access to all Bethesda games. But, I mean, it doesn't look like that to me.
Power of dreams. I forgot to tell you about that. I was watching this dreams creation yesterday. I forgot the name of it, but the gameplay was super smooth. It was like you know, it has a good combat and it had the flying mechanic.
Oh, Wolfenstein.
And it was a linear. And it was a linear creation. You know, game creation. I forgot the name of it though.
Oh yeah.
It was a really cool creation though. The gameplay looked so smooth that it looked like a Devil May Cry game with flying mechanics.
Damn, that's probably fucking dope.
Okay,
so guys, we're gonna go to Detroit, but then I do have to see if I can finish that mission for what's the name.
Arnold, I'm not sure about South Africa. I mean, I'm from Southeast Asia. I'm from Philippines. So I'm sorry, I can't really tell.
I don't know. I don't know if it's available there either. This is the last time that I had these checkpoints, but it still has my game save, so I'll be able to do this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go in Detroit Become Human. I guess we'll be taking some new screenshots together, and I guess we could do Last of Us Part 2, because I guess I need some more screenshots. As you guys know, seeing is believing, and so I use visual aid, and I've always used visual aid for all the years I've been on the internet, because you can shut up somebody real quick if they see what the fuck you're talking about, instead of you trying to describe it via text. So, what happened? Uh-oh. Something happened. They didn't let me get into Detroit. Okay, what happened? Let me go check. Check for update. No updates. Did they say something about a system software? We don't have a system software, do we? Let's try that shit again. That was fucking weird. Okay. Don't know what that was. But as you can see, shit happens, but it didn't actually take me out of the game because the shit was still there. I have no fucking clue what happened. Oh, so that is a PlayStation Studio. Okay, never mind. Oh, so they did help. Quantic Dream made the game, but then there was a PlayStation Studio attached to the game, and that's why it's still a Sony first-party title. So that's why they can still use the IP, like bringing a character to Sackboy. Same thing with Death Stranding. They still own the IP. That's still their IP. Okay. I mean, they put it on PC, but they can't put it on Xbox, obviously. So let's go to extras, and we will be going to, I guess, gallery. Is that what we're doing? Yes, this is gallery. Okay, so we got some points. Oh, okay. Some of the characters I haven't unlocked. Okay, cool. That's cool. That's all good. Okay, so we have some pretty interesting characters here. We have a lot of character models on Death Stranding. On Detroit Become Human. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the cop, because I think this cop is the one that has rain going on. And yeah, here we go. This is the one that has the rain. So, this is what I was saying. This is a PS4 title, and if I want it in any way, shape, or form to make Xbox look bad, I can start this game up. You see what I'm saying? I could take an image right now of this game. I can make Xbox look bad whenever I want. I have that knowledge, and I want you guys to have that knowledge. This is one of those games. This is one of those games that can make Xbox look like utter shit. Halo can't even have face scans like this, bro. And this is in-game on a PS4. On the PS4. Come on, man. It's the power of dreams. I mean, not really, but you know what I'm getting at. I mean, you're talking about body armor, man. Some pretty good body armor right there. And again, this is not a, main character. So the armor and the details might not be the best. But goddamn, is it good. You can see the cut on his cheek. And some markings on his head. Again, if you want to make Xbox look real bad, you can. Like, you can make Xbox look bad. I do it all the time, man. And it's not like a lie or anything. It's just they don't have games that look as good as this, even next gen. Like, Halo looks like utter shit. I mean, that's just true. No lie there. Look at that. I could fucking do like demos all the time. You see how she's trying to brush off the snow and shit, and the snow is collecting on her hair. It's just really, really crazy that you don't need an Xbox to show off shit like this. These are things that you have not seen from the Xbox Series X. They have not shown how things like this go. With the power of 12 teraflops, they're not showing tests like this. I'm just a normal gamer. I'm doing something that a company should be able to show off for their next generation games, but they're not. The question is, what are they hiding? I could show you a Telltale game. I can show you that it doesn't look anything like this. If any studio can do it, why hasn't Xbox done it? Like, you're going to get shitted on, and it's not going to take a lot of time to do it. Okay. This person says this game is a Telltale game. Let me capture one more video, because I want to put this one up on Twitter for all the Xbox fans. Yeah, I'm telling you, these are some things that you see in the new basketball video game. And this dude is telling me, right, that this is a Telltale game. It's easy to make it look good. Telltale games look like shit. They're fucking cel shaded, and they don't look this good. Have a little bit of respect for the development process.
What's this?
Just some random fucking weirdo getting shitted on, because I guess that's what he likes.
Damn, look at those.
That's what I'm saying. You know, we just saw sweat physics on the new basketball game, right?
That's crazy.
But look at what this game was doing. This gen.
I mean, like I said, people who think that
they don't know what they're talking about. That's alright.
People who think that games are not going to improve just plain stupid. I'm sorry. It's like, it really is. Demon Souls look amazing already, so just don't. Don't. Spider-Man looks amazing. It's supposed to be cross-gen, so don't. Stop.
Motherfucking Xbox. This is what
I mean,
Xbox
just because Halo showed something, you know, horrible doesn't mean that it's the standard now. This game is so cool. Troy.
It's crazy, bro. All different shapes
Where's
and
Connor?
sizes on this game. I don't know where Connor is.
I know Connor.
This guy looks a lot like Phil Spencer. Doesn't he? He looks like Phil Spencer after the console war.
Hey, it's true. Forza looks dog shit compared to Gran Turismo. Don't even
Oh, don't even make me start that damn game up. I'm about to post this. I'm about to say Phil Spencer after the console war.
Yeah, he's like a let's see, yeah, he's like Phil Spencer.
This is a fatter version.
Yeah, and you know, if Xbox
You said
failed,
where was Connor? I think Connor's up here. There was one more Connor I didn't unlock, which is weird. I do need to play this game again and try to get the platinum. They did really, really good. Character models on this game was really good.
2021 hype. Games everywhere. More games. More games. I wonder what I just saw your post. I wonder what we're gonna see in the Game Awards. You know, what kind of game announcements and trailers?
No clue, man. I remember her. Yeah, 'cause she was in, what was that, the Teen Titans live action? I was always wondering where I saw her face, and then I realized she was in the Teen Titans television show. It's called Titans. She was
Kara
Dove. Yeah, she was Dove. They did really good on the stitching, too. I mean, this is current gen. This is a game that was made in current gen. You mean to tell me you can't show us any real in-game models for Hellblade 2? In-game models.
Hey, they tried to show.
Can you show us some in-game models that look like this?
They tried to show Gears, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't see the main difference at all. It looks like a lighting difference, maybe a little bit. I don't know, sharper colors. But apart from that, I don't think they change anything really. Or yeah, enhancements as they call it.
These are just fucking awesome models. Amazing character models. They had a lot of diversity in this game. I did like that. They had a lot of diversity in this game. The facial scans were just on a whole nother level.
Hey Jay, you do understand that it is a Telltale game, right?
But Telltale games don't look like this. That's what I was telling him.
No, but they are. No, what he's trying to say is it's like a Telltale game.
You have the options and it's a restricted movement.
It is a Telltale game. It is.
Gameplay wise, it is.
All I told him, Adam, is why do Telltale games not look like this? Ever?
Because they chose the art style.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. That's what they go with. That's the art style they go with. I mean, every one of their games is the same. It's cell shaded. Sometimes they renew it from. Again, from Walking Dead season 1 to what they do. Well. I mean, obviously they're still actually theoretically they're still around because they got revitalized. But again, you look at their recentest game, which is what, Batman, I think.
So you said this game is a Telltale game. It's restrictive movement, right? And you're just showing a character model. At this point in time right now, Do you think that Xbox should have shown some character models for some of their newer games instead of, you know, just showing cinematics? Like, show us some of your character models in game,
like,
but not moving, like kind of like this, where we're just going through character models.
Are you talking about like actual like full-on game, or are you talking about like
No,
a tech demo?
just show some character models.
So what? Like, that's what I mean. Like, are you talking about tech demo sort of thing, or are you talking
Kind of
about
like this, yeah. I guess like a tech demo or something like this.
No, yeah, of course, tech demo, yes. When it comes to actual games, no.
Why haven't they done that? Like, don't you think they can do that?
Well, theoretically, yes, they should. I mean, one of them, to be honest, if I have to point one out, it should be Ninja Theory with Hellblade, because I remember they did that for Hellblade 1. They sort of showed early renditions of Senua very early on, but we didn't get that until, well, we haven't got that with the second one. What we've got is a CG trailer, or again an in-game cinematic trailer, shall I say, because it is in-game. But we've yet to see like any sort of aspect of a game running on Series X that is blowing people away with the sense of what they got on that system, right, power-wise. We haven't seen it. I mean, people can throw around medium, this and that, but again, we've seen games on PlayStation that theoretically look.
Me personally, I don't want to talk about medium until we have a verification that what we saw.
That's a multiplayer game. That's a
No, not that, because I don't want to talk about medium in that regard, because they're claiming that it's their IP or something like that, so it might not even come to PlayStation. So what I do want to talk about is, was it shown on the Xbox Series X, or was it just one of those other games that wasn't?
What?
Medium, was it shown on the Xbox Series X?
No.
Okay. So I don't want to talk about it.
There is no literal, apart from like literally from like word to mouth, right, sort of thing, right? There has not been any confirmation as to it being like done on the Series X. No one has come out and said this. I've seen a couple people say, "Oh yeah, they confirmed it." It's like, and every time I've asked people that question, they haven't really given me any evidence. They haven't given other people any evidence.
But that's a December game. There's no way it's a November game. It's a December game.
Well, no, we don't know what it is. I don't.
Could be a December. It's
that game's not coming out this year. That game is not coming out this
holiday.
year.
No. Okay, hold on, Akira. I'm gonna go debate. I'm gonna debate Adam real quick because he needs to be debated.
That game is not coming out this year. If it was coming out this year, you would have heard a release date by now. You would have heard a release date. You haven't heard a release date whatsoever, which means that's not coming out this year. It's like Ratchet and Clank. I said it might be this year, right? Turns out it's not going to be this year. Maybe again they're restructuring what they're going to be doing within that sense. And again, you mentioned it. Why would they release two Inside games? I don't know. They theoretically, could they do it? Yes, they could.
They could.
But again, they must have chosen not to. And that's fine. Because you look at the launch lineup for PlayStation, they've got, again, all that really they needed was roughly around 4 or 5 games to help people's decision, or fans' decisions, to get a PS5, in which they have already done. And you go from there.
But what if this was the guy that came out and said, okay, you're going to buy a PS5? He was like the PS5 soldier of the console war. I like this guy. This guy's cool. Gonna call him console war guy right here. I like this guy. He has the white and the black. He looks like a human version of the PS5.
It's intentional.
Let me see if we can find a character that looks like Adam. There we go. Adam Core.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I will say is apparently Crash 4 is apparently being made for the next-gen consoles, which, if that is true, I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit fucked up, because I hope there's an upgrade system, where you have to pay additional.
It's Activision, for God's sakes.
Well,
Don't hold your breath.
Again, no. Listen, this is my problem with this. So again, with COD, you're paying, again, an additional $10 to get the $70 edition, which is the cross-gen edition. So you get the PS4 and PS5 edition of the game. With the Crash, there is no cross-gen aspect, right? So that means, are you having to pay another certain of dollars for that game, or are they going to allow you to upgrade to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X version free of charge? Or, again, $10? Because, again, I would hope it's going to be either $10 or free. If it isn't, that's going to be a big fucking oof on their part. Because there is no major substantial difference. Apart from maybe loading times and, like, frames. Resolution, you will throw that in there. That's it. I hope that it's not. I mean, obviously, I see also Wolfenstein Collection's been rated for Xbox Series S and X. Everyone's losing their minds over it. But the funny thing about that...
What the hell is a Wolfenstein? Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1 and 2, Prey, and Dishonored Collection. But my only thing about that is those are already, theoretically, those are already out on PlayStation 4 as we're speaking right now. In the, you know, you can go on the PlayStation Store and you'll see both those games bundled together. You can see them bundled together in stores as well. So I'm wondering if, I'm guessing this has got something to do with Game Pass, not to do with, again, a remaster or a big upgrade in the games. I mean, if it is, then people are going to be asking, if I've already got these games, can I get the upgrade for free, Xbox? And if they turn around and go, no, you can't, you've got to buy it again, well, then that's going to be something that PlayStation fans are going to use against them. Because that's what they did with PlayStation. And they still are. Makes a lot of sense. Don't see why not. Fuck shit with the fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? Now they want to spew bullshit, PlayStation can spew bullshit. The same thing goes around the other way. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, but this game is like, theoretically, it plays like a Telltale game. I mean, obviously, artistically styled, it's different. Of course it is, obviously. But again, that's down to the developers. So I think if Telltale Games wanted to make a game like this, they could. Obviously, I don't know how long it would take them, but again, like, they could make it if they wanted to. I think any developer can make these sort of games. No, it just takes time. Practice, that sort of shit. Where am I going here?
Where is...
I'm going this way. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, but I was playing the shit out of Crash last night, and by God, that game's fucking good. I'm blown away how good that game is. That is low-key just Crash. Through and through. I'm quite surprised by Toys with Bobs? Or Toys for Bobs? They did a good job with that game. Hopefully they continue to make Crash games, because I think they can do better. Get better and better.
I hope they keep making Crash games, and they just keep the formula the same way people love. Don't change it at all. Yeah, you can change the visuals or what the characters look like, but don't change the formula. That's what people fucked up with last gen, and
they made that
in the gen before that also.
I'm not gonna lie, there is a learning curve with that game to do with the masks, because again, you've got other masks in that game that switch up the platforming, in which you have to be fucking on your P's and Q's, and I can't imagine how. I mean, I definitely see that the time rating is going to be a fucking challenge.
I'm gonna do it though.
They're going to be a fucking challenge. And also, you've got to beat every level without dying as well. That's another thing, which again, that's easy to do actually, to be honest. It's not hard, but you can take all the time in the world to do it, but...
Do it.
I mean, I've already done a lot of the levels without dying. But still, man, fucking... Yeah, that game is, yeah, that's a must.
It's the Power of Dream.
I hope there's an upgrade for it. Again, whether it's through backwards compatibility or not, I don't give a fuck. As long as you give me better frames, I'm good. That's my only thing about that game. Like, the frames are a bit meh. On the PlayStation Pro, though, is apparently good. Alright, let's go. Let's go, motherfucker!
Yeah, Avengers I know can look better than this, but I don't want to blame the system. I want to blame more of the developer. I mean, I don't know, bro. I've saw better looking games on PS4 than this, and there are some maps that seem to be open world, and then there's some maps that are not. And I don't know, but I think that they don't need a new console to make this game look good. I don't, you know, maybe it's up to the developer what they want to do, and it's not the art style either. That's not what I'm seeing that's fucked up about Avengers. Going from what I just saw that you call a Telltale game to this, you know, still, bro, the character models could look better. Again, it's up to somebody's there's the style of developing, but you know, when I go from a first-party title to a fucking multi-platform title, there is a big downgrade in quality. Always.
There's a lot of differences. Engines, you've got to take that into account. You've got to take into account, obviously, talent from studios. But again, Avengers is a games as a service. There's a lot more going into it. So compared to Detroit, it's very... how do I put it? It's when you're designing Detroit, it's again, even though there's a lot of freedom within the sense of the story, it's still somewhat linear. It still points the player in certain directions in which, you know, they don't have to be crazy broad with it. They just don't. So it makes sense.
So when did they say we were going to get, like, the next-gen update for Avengers?
Well, it'll be day one.
Oh, it's day one?
Yeah, from what I gathered, they put out a blog post when they did their War Table event prior to launch. I remember, they put it on the PlayStation 4 blog, they showed 4K imagery with 60 frames, talking about that. So yes, I would expect it to be day one. If it's not, it'll be a couple weeks out. Yeah, there won't be any ray tracing or anything like that because they're not doing that with this game. I mean, they need to refactor it in, to be honest. And to be honest, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm glad they're not doing ray tracing because as much as I mean, ray tracing's cool and all, it is. It can make a game look a little bit more sparkly, but it isn't a thing that I really give a fuck about. It's like 4K gaming compared to what I've been seeing on Twitter. A lot of people like Optimus Code have been talking about it. Red Tech Gamers been talking about it, like DLSS compared to 4K. You know, does 4K really matter as much now? No, not really, because you've got machine learning DLSS 2.0 with NVIDIA. That is the future. That is the future. Regardless of it maybe not being faking the image or again trying to, you know, fake the human eye sort of thing. Mm-hmm. It's the way forward. If you can do like DLSS, which emits 4K imagery with ray tracing and allow you to have ray tracing as well as the frames, that's fucking amazing. Again, you're not taxing shit. That's great. And obviously, you know, fanboys of Xbox will say, "Oh, but PlayStation hasn't got machine learning." Well, again, you don't have machine learning either because you don't have NVIDIA. Because NVIDIA is only, you know, NVIDIA product are the only ones that have DLSS. You know,
man, I wish the Bro Mobile. I wish you would like give us your gamer tag or something so we could see that you play games because you just look like a troll, and I'm not threatened by you or bothered by you because I know you're a troll. But it would be cool to know if you actually play games.
How they play games or not.
It's just sad, bro. We always got these weirdos in here.
Most of these trolls don't play games. No, really, yeah. Most of them don't play games. It is what it is.
Waste of fucking time. I mean, again, that's why I hid in my trending section on Twitter, Xbox and Microsoft, because again, not in the sense of being a fanboy here, but I hear more bullshit from the trending, you know, the trending side of, you know, Xbox than what I did with PlayStation. And again, I'm not saying that PlayStation don't do it because they do. You know, fanboys do it, but I hear, again, there's more Xbox fans right now talking absolute fucking nonsense than what PlayStation fans are. The problem
Yeah, for
is,
example, yeah, I mean, you got Astel posting about every single fucking thing.
Violet, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. You got some guy called Xbox Hulk, which sounds like an absolute fucking bellend. He is a fucking
Yeah.
bellend.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you have got the RDX guys, but again, I mean, it's only a few of them. I respect a couple of, to be honest, I do respect Dealer. I don't respect anybody else on that podcast. Maybe Nevs, I'll say Nevs as well. So I've actually met him. I actually met him a couple months ago through PlayStation Party Chat, because that's Nevs. I went, oh shit, alright, cool. I actually met the guy. Well, I didn't even know who the fuck he was. And obviously, yeah, I mean, but, you know, the thing is that Xbox fans, I've seen countless of them talk about certain shit. And the thing is, every time I hear, the bullshit of teraflops and our game's going to look better on a 12 teraflop console, the problem is with them saying that is that we have yet to see this from an Xbox standpoint. We're still yet to see it. And loads of devs have come out and talked about this, including devs that they recently bought, which again were id Software devs who actually deleted their tweets when they got fucking acquired by Microsoft, which is really funny. And there's also the case of what's it called again? The fact that again, recently I saw Xbox fan posting up on Twitter that ZeniMax is hiring people for the next big project. They've got 170 jobs. And they said counting, and I'm like, you do understand that could be there is another reason that could be the case. That's because people have left ZeniMax, people have left id Software, people have left Tango Gameworks. Why? Because of the acquisition of Xbox. If you don't believe
I need you to break that down, because we got like about 10 minutes until I got to leave for work. But
not do break down. It's fucking obvious. It's not.
So why would they leave because of the acquisition if the acquisition is such a good thing?
Because some of the people that were working there prior to the acquisition left Microsoft. They were part of Microsoft years ago, Jay. And they went to Bethesda. And again, these people have gone over to other companies, like Bungie and stuff like that. And it's like, they stepped away from Microsoft because of, I don't know what it could be, but it could be multiple reasons. But the main factor is probably to do with, again, the work ethic, the aspects of them wanting to control the narrative, the aspects of them wanting them to design certain things. And I understand that Xbox recently have been like, we're giving our creators the freedom to create whatever they like, and that is true because they want to be making games like Grounded, Bleeding Edge. And I understand that those games are maybe not the things that they want to make, or gamers don't want to play, and whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, they are giving these people freedom. But it doesn't. Again, like if that is true, I'm not turning a blind eye to it, thinking, okay, they're giving everyone freedom. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep my focus on them because I know that they're gonna stumble, and they have. They have. That's the problem. But not in the sense
I was
of
able to knock
public,
that mission out quick.
Not in the sense of a public and human eye standpoint. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, but where's the source? Oh, but where's the link?" There is no link. There is no source. Or if you want to dive into these sort of things, go on to job orientated websites where these studios are hiring people. One of the websites that I always go on is called Glasshouse, which is for multiple companies, but I research and look into, companies like Gorilla, Naughty Dog, 343 being the recent one, Coalition. I've also been looking at ZeniMax, id Software, and other people like that. And the thing is, when I've looked at those, like for instance, ZeniMax, 343, id Software, Tango Games, and even Arcane, I've actually seen, again, the people that work there that are able to leave reviews of set thing, right? Of their experience and what they like about the job and what they dislike about the job. And it's a fair statement. I remember when I looked at 343, there was roughly around 5 to 7 negative reviews talking about how toxic the environment was, how things weren't getting done, how, there was turmoil in certain sections of development, where it was animation, where it was level design and just coding aspects, and those people have left. And again, we've seen that from 343 publicly. People have left, big people, So, you know, I've said to a load of Xbox fanboys, and obviously, you know, it's up to them to agree or disagree with it, and that's fine with me. But again, when it comes down to the brass tasks of, like, you know, whenever these games release, like, for instance, you know, Halo, which, you know, if it is going to be next year, don't expect that game to be a massive overhaul. Don't expect it. I expect the game to be complete with multiplayer, single player, as it, you know, as the experience is. But I don't see it being like the quote-unquote next-gen experience, not unless they do drop the Xbox One consoles and they go with the Series S and the X, which, again, is still on the cards. They could theoretically pull a fast one, like, yeah, fuck it, we're dropping it. And if they do, then maybe I'm in the ballpark of thinking, okay, maybe they are going to make a quote-unquote good game. Or a pretty looking game or whatever. But I mean, again, the game itself will still quite possibly, I would say 80%, will be and look like what it did this year, but maybe a little bit better. Just a little bit better. I mean, they have to. I mean, if they don't, I'm fucking, like, I'm baffled by that. You know. It's what it is, though. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, you know, people have left ZeniMax, they have left id. Again, like, you know, I think it was a week. It was a week prior to the purchase. We saw 5 or 4 key id Software employees talk shit about Series S, the vast majority. Some of them talked about the Series X, but mainly it was the Series S. And those tweets, I think all of them got taken down. Because, again, it was in reference to an Xbox console in which, again, they now own. Well, but they own Bethesda now, so, in which Bethesda own id. But yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so I mean, you know.
Hey man, it is what it is. It's weird, but you know that's how it is. If you don't have visual proof, that's what I spend most of my time doing. Because look, you can't show me a single game, whether it's Tall Tale, it's open world, it's first-person shooter. You can't really show me a single game running on an Xbox Series X hardware right now. Period. That's it. That's it. That's it. Nothing looks better than Detroit on an Xbox Series X from a first-party studio that's running on a hardware because we haven't saw any game running on a hardware.
Yeah. That's
so I mean, if I wanted to use the picture, it doesn't matter what type of fucking game it is. Even the PC version of Halo Infinite looks like dog shit. I think instead of people questioning what PlayStation 5 can do, which they've shown us multiple games, including multi-platform games running on the hardware, why don't you go ask Microsoft what's going on? Look, I wouldn't be surprised if they rush the system out and it's not ready. Obviously, it's coming 2 years too early because most of your games are 2 years out.
They're not even 2 years out. They're more than 2 years out.
Whatever. 2, 3, 4 years. We understand what game development is. Some of these games are between 2 to 4 years out, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have? You have a system with Game Pass.
Well, again, that is literally it. That is right now, the selling point for Xbox, right? And I've talked to a few people. Now, again, I talked to Jody about these things. I talked to other developers that he knows. And again, I talked to a couple of them yesterday with Jody. We were discussing the aspects of Xbox's launch lineup compared to PlayStation. We talked about the different business models of what PlayStation is doing and what Xbox is doing. And it is substantially different in the sense that PlayStation are giving you a reason as to buying, you know, a next-gen system, right? Mm. Whereas Xbox are kind of, again, because they haven't got that out the gate, they're having to rely and rebuttal the backwards compatibility, which, again, great. I mean, again, they've done a great job with that. And obviously Game Pass, but, you know, and that's good as well. Game Pass is a great value for consumers. But, you know, if you were to talk about that sort of thing from a consumer standpoint, a developer standpoint, it's not a good standing. It's not No, I always talk about it, right? It's not sustainable. Game Pass is more not sustainable. You look at Amazon Prime, you look at Netflix, it's not sustainable. Yes, they've been around for a bit of time, those other two things. But again, when it comes to video games, if they are pumping out 3 to 4 titles every year, right, or whatever it may be, right, those games, right, theoretically should be costing them, 2, 3, 400 million a pop. And it depends on how big the criteria of game is, it might be even more than that. And you're coming out and talking about how you can put these games day and day on Game Pass on PC, Xbox, and also you can obviously via the xCloud and be able to take that fucking win. No, you can't. No, you can't. Not unless you restructure the business model of set games like what they did with Halo, like they were doing with Forza Motorsport, where they're going to be doing long-term games and also maybe even shorter games. Which I'm not saying is bad. It's not a bad thing because people don't mind shorter games. I like shorter games because it's a good experience. It means that I can jump from one game to another and get a good aspect of it. I mean, one of the main things about trophies and achievements is that extends that. But again, like, I go back to it, right? When it comes to Xbox, right? If you're touting power, and again, I spoke to Jody about this yesterday with a couple of his dev friends, right? And they even said this shit. If you're touting power through, from the beginning of this year, all the way up until whenever it may be, right? People expect power, right? They expect good fidelity of graphics. When it comes to PlayStation fans, they obviously were like, oh, but we don't care about graphics, right? And it's like, well, the thing is, you can't say it because you might do in some degree. You do. When it comes to we're not expecting like crazy shit. Xbox fans, they were talking about that shit over the span of the past fuck knows how many months, right? What we say, like, we'll say eight, let's say 8 months, right? 8 or 9 months. I won't say the full span, but again. And when, going into like the Halo reveal, right? They had this massive week lead up talking about Halo, like teasing it. And when you saw Halo, the clap back, the bite back from that initial showing wasn't good. And I don't know if 343 were expecting it or not. I have no clue. But it wasn't a good showing, especially when you have a 12 teraflop console, as what they're saying. But then, you go to PlayStation, right? With their June event. Because obviously before that, you have Ratchet, you've got Returnal, you've got
Did you see that?
Mode 7, you've got Demon's Souls, you had those showcases. Those games are substantially more better than what, you were showcased at the Xbox event, apart from maybe, I liked Everwild, I liked Avowed and what that was. There was another game as well there. I forgot what it was. But, again, there wasn't any strong showing, right? So, again, the situation with Xbox when it comes to, the power situation, people expect you to show it. They do. They expect you to show it. If I'm creating something, whether it's a camera, right, or whether it's a TV that's going to be doing 8K, 11K, whatever, right, people want to see a demonstration of that TV showing off 10K, right, or whatever it may be. They don't want me to say, oh, yeah, let's do 10K, but then I show off a 4K video. What's the point in that? People are putting out, what is it, $500 for these things, right? You want to know why you're going to be shilling out for, a $500 machine. You don't want to just do it off the blind eye, not unless you are a hardcore fan of Xbox, in which, again, they exist. Same for a PlayStation. They exist. It's just, again, I think this is what I'm liking from I'm not saying it all with every PlayStation fan, but I like the fact that some PlayStation fans are like, they're not thinking about the power narrative as much as Xbox fans are. But, when it does come down to, oh, look, this game looks bad, or, they say it's downgrade, whatever, to a PlayStation fan, PlayStation fans are like, is it? Like, that looks pretty damn good to me. And then whilst Xbox fans, they get shown whatever it was in May, whatever it was in July, and it's like, is that what you expected from a 12 teraflop machine? No, not no one expected that. I think, again, I go back to my, Jody and the guys that I talked to yesterday. when we were going into that July event, I remember I was in the party with him, and when we watched Halo, all three of them, and again, Jody, you know, these guys worked upon various different studios, which I can't say, right? Apart from maybe DICE and massive studios, I'll say those two, right? Which again, the people that make Division, Battlefield, and there's some others, right? They literally scoffed and laughed at the aspect of how bad Halo looked. And that's a standpoint saying. And after that event, if you looked close enough into the weeds sort of thing, right, you go onto certain Reddit pages and whatever, there were devs just chatting shit about it for the past week or so. Because it was like, is that what we expect from a 12 teraflop machine? No, that's not what you expect. You thought maybe it'll be like you're expecting ray tracing, you're expecting 4K, 60 FPS, whatever it may be. Maybe no ray tracing, but then you have like 120 FPS, which again, that's what apparently what they're doing with that game. But when you look at the way the game looks, I mean, yeah, it looks like a game that can do that because it doesn't look anything substantially impressive. No offense to Xbox, but that's the case.
All offense to Xbox. Every type of offense.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not about the fanboy bullshit that like people like to report, like say, "Oh, but you're just a fanboy," and all that crap. Like, no, it's fucking common sense. Just look.
Adam's talking about the wall thing.
Like, bro, he's been talking like 10 minutes straight. I still can't figure out what he's talking about.
I don't know. He's ranting.
I'm just like, I'm talking about like people. Well, I was on the aspect of people leaving Bethesda Studios, like
because I was asking them why would people leave Bethesda because of the acquisition or time their departure near the acquisition. Did they think things were gonna change or something? And Adam was explaining to me why they would leave or why they were leaving or why their departure is matching up alongside the same exact time that Bethesda got acquired. And again, me personally, you know, I'm just like an Xbox fan. If you go compare me in that instance, if I don't see the link, I still don't believe it. Even if you're telling me, I still don't believe it. Because see, if I talk to one of those guys and I say, hey bro, a lot of these people left, they're like, do you have the link? So I'm like, well, I don't have the link, but somebody told me. And you know, if it's not good enough for them to do that type of shit to me, it's not good enough for me to start that shit. So I don't even go down that road. I don't have the information, so I never talk to them about, hey, look how many people left Bethesda. I never have ever said that to them at all. I never said, hey, maybe you should be worried about Bethesda not having this. Nope. They got Bethesda. They love Bethesda. That's cool. Let's see what Bethesda does going forward. Let's not remember the Bethesda that we grew up with up until 2020. Let's look forward to the Bethesda of 2021 and beyond. Let's see what they can do under Microsoft.
This generation, apart from, again, like there are games that they've made this generation, which me personally, I play and love to, like, God knows fucking whatever it may be. I've loved some of the games that they brought out. The main ones being, funny enough, Doom, the Doom series, the Wolfenstein series, and also a couple of arcane games. Right, I do like them. But you know, apart from that, like, you know, the bigger titles, right, like the Fallouts, right, you know, people. I mean, obviously, Fallout 76 was like, you know, it's a no-brainer. It's not fucking good. It's not good. I mean, it's an idea they try and tinker with. It didn't work.
That's what it was.
Fallout 4, I have not played Fallout 4. I have loads of people that have played Fallout 4 though, and they all said it wasn't good. It wasn't as good as what they wanted it to be. They thought it should have been better, especially after, what was it, New Vegas, right? You know, that was the last one they made. It wasn't good. It wasn't fucking good at all.
I thought Obsidian made that one.
So, in the sense of, you know, them being bought by Bethesda and shit, it's kind of a bullshit thing to say, but they're a match made in heaven with Microsoft and Bethesda, because again, Bethesda recently, apart from like a handful of games, right, they haven't really done a good job when it comes to.
So you're telling me they're a match made in heaven because they're not doing a good job? That's illegal.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, they release unfinished games.
God damn it, Adam! That's very harsh.
By the way, is Cyberpunk gonna count this year for Game of the Year? Does anybody know that?
What's that?
Since it went gold, talking about Cyberpunk, is that going to be nominated?
Yeah, what's it called again, Sam? I was talking to Briggs about this yesterday. He was asking me, so when do you think we're going to get the reviews? Like, when a review copy's going out? I'm sticking with my prediction that, again, it's going to be mid this year. It's going to be in the middle of this month, which means that they will have
time. Yeah,
I would say roughly around 3 weeks before the close-off date of the Game Awards.
Yeah, so they're going to be entered. Yeah,
they're going to make it. I think they will make it.
So they'll win. They will definitely win Game of the Year. I don't see Last of Us beating Cyberpunk.
Well, me personally, I don't. I'm just
me personally. Because of the way the industry is right now and just the chatter of them giving leeway to the crunch for Cyberpunk over The Last of Us, I believe that Cyberpunk will win Game of the Year from Jeff Keighley over The Last of Us. So, but guys, I really do have to get ready to leave up out of here and go to work. I appreciated your company. Thank you for all the people that supported us with the Super Chat today. I apologize for the technical difficulties that we had. But I want... What the fuck is going on here with this fucking shit?
I just saw your chat. Why is this guy asking about... So tell me what Sony doing. Again, I can straight away say it. They're giving you a more compelling reason to buy a brand new console, Ruddy. If that's my personal thoughts.
Whatever, bro. I love. What is your name, bro? Mobile. If you believe Starfield is coming out next year, that's cool. It's coming out next year. It's gonna be a Game of the Year. Good. Whatever you want to believe, I'm gonna believe it with you. Okay. Have fun with that. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, like 11:30, 11 o'clock. Let's hope OBS is working a little bit better.